Hey my lovelies, welcome back to the channel. I want to start this episode off with saying if you've ordered a hoodie, they are coming to me either tomorrow or Wednesday. They'll be with me and I will have them out to you by the end of the week. Very excited about that. Head on over to mischiefmaker.info if you're looking for your merchandise. We only have t-shirts and stickers at the moment. We're trying to get everything set up here in the store and this will be open as of mid-January. Today is very exciting. Even although we don't have all of the stuff that we need at the moment today, we have so much to get done on this race Jeep. So today we're going to be concentrating on the chassis harness. We're going to be drawing out exactly what we need, where we need it. We have a string that we're then going to map it all out with. Apparently that's the way. Again, never done anything like this before, but I have the right guy with me today. And we have some work to get done on this vehicle because there's only 50 days left. Can we do it? I have all the faith. So what we've done is we have cleared out the Jeep. Okay, let's try that again. So we just cleared out the Jeep, making it nice and clean so that we have a great place to work today. We're going to be using that string and we're going to be kind of navigating our wiring for the whole vehicle. This is something that Chris loves to do, so thank goodness for that.
This is your PMU 16.
Yes.
Correction, this is the spare PMU 16 for my S2000 race car.
Oh, I'm stealing his stuff. Sorry.
He's loaning it.
Okay.
Temporarily, maybe permanently.
Okay.
At least for the race. I'm gonna live up in here somewhere. And on the chart that I drew earlier,
yes,
were 13 of the 16 output channels on this.
Exactly.
The beauty of this thing is that it's all controlled over CAN bus. So all the wires come out of this, we give it power and ground and then a CAN signal over to our keypad. And the keypad is programmed into this to do specific functions. Everything on this list in front of us is one wire that comes out of here. Some of these have to split off into more than one wire in places.
They do.
And some of them have to split off into more than one wire in multiple places.
Exactly. Now, he just said that we drew this out before. Here is what we drew out. I know, it looks kind of mind-boggling for people who don't understand that. I didn't at the beginning, but actually it's pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy to follow, so.
Yeah, those are just, like I said, they're the single wires that come out of here. Each one is a circuit. They'll branch out in different places and we will do all of that in a string or whatever this stuff's called. Paracord. 550 cord for the survivalists out there. And I figured this is going to live up in here. Mm-hmm. So I went ahead and I made a zip tie that we can tie off to. And we'll use that as a representation. We'll start by running some of these circuits. And for things like the radiator fans and brake lights, left turn, right turn headlights, all of those lights live in the same place, so we don't have to run a separate piece of string to each one of them. We just have to mark it as what it is. So we'll start with some of the longer runs and we'll branch off from there.
And this is where we time lapse. But we will stop if we have to explain something.
Now we're going to run another one exactly next to it, but when we get to this point, we're going to make it cross over. It's probably going to follow this tubing down and across and over to that side. So I'm going to tie this one up at the beginning.
Yeah.
And,
And
put
do
right
it all
along
over
next to
again?
it. Yep,
Okay.
put it right along next to it.
So the reason why we're doing all of the lighting down one side is that a lot of the cars have all the wiring on one side, but we realized that my chase light actually goes out the passenger side. So we're going to do all lighting down the passenger side, fans and fuel pumps on the other side. Just in case you're all wondering why we're doing it on different sides. That's why. All right, we've successfully managed to wire the vehicle.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, in a nutshell, as Ian Johnson would say.
But the reality is that if you look at the labeling on all of these, we really have. So here we have our lift pump.
Yep, so we've made little tape flags.
Our fuel pumps that both sit in our surge tank.
Yep. Here we go. Driver rear.
This one's actually more indicative of what I was talking about. So here, driver rear corner, stop, turn tail. That means that there are 3 wires that have to go to here.
Radiator fans.
Rad fans.
Oh, sorry. Rad fans.
Ian Johnson will like that.
You're welcome, Ian.
We're going to sub-harness this so that if we need to replace portions of it, we can.
Okay.
All of this will be heavily documented in a spreadsheet.
Spreadsheets, my fave. So we're going to do that before taking this out and measuring everything.
Correct. We're just going to mark it.
Yep. And then we're going to measure everything, mark those down beside our little list over here so we know how long everything needs to be. Right here. So we're going to lay the harness out on the floor, kind of see and visualize it, not all in here, and then start measuring everything. All right, so Chris has measured all of this out. Now, question for you. How many feet do you think this is? I'll let you take a look again. Leave your comment below.
There's more than one way to skin this cat. This is not the only way people do wiring. I am sure that there will be somebody that's going to say, well, that's not the way I do it. And that's true. I know lots of other people that do this that don't do it the same way I do. But this makes sense to my brain. So this is all just power wires. This is not CAN communication. This is not like the ground for it or anything. This is just power. So we've got our PMU, our power management unit here.
Right here.
We've got an under dash set of wires for our radio, our intercom, and our fish finder. Then we've got this other orange one is our fuel and fan harness, we'll say. And then you'll see I marked fuel sub, and if you flip that tag over, it says fan sub. Oh, it doesn't, but it should. It should. Whatever. And then there's a branch there. So the black tape is where we have branches, and they're all marked here at exactly the lengths where they come in. And then we've got our tail lights and our dome light, passenger rear corner, and then all the way to the driver's rear corner.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
If you think about it. Laid out on the ground, that looks like a lot. This really doesn't look like a lot, but this has taken a lot of time and a lot of thinking through. You have to make sure that you have a list of everything that you know you need to kind of set those wires for, where it's gonna sit on the tubing, where it's gonna run through, because you don't want it interfering with anything else, bashing against it, rubbing against it. So it all takes time.
It's good. And later this week, before I leave, we'll do the whole front power harness.
So I know it looks kind kind of like we haven't done much, but we have. And for those people who watch the channel, who saw the beginning of the episode and was like, this is super not for me, this is way too much, I hope you guys stuck around, because if I can get it and do it, you guys can too. So, heck yeah. All right, I think we're gonna call it there for the day. Now remember, I am building a 4,500 vehicle for the Everyman Challenge at King of the Hammers. And the reason why I'm showing you guys every step of the way is because I am super lucky to have friends who are able to help me and show me and kind of show me what needs to be done in what order and how to do everything. I have never, ever raced before. I am going to do something that I've wanted to do, and I'm building a vehicle that I have wanted to build. This is my build. And even although today seems a little daunting for people, as it did for me at the beginning of the day, I am super lucky to have Chris here, who has done all of this before, and he just talked me and walked me through every step. Now, there are so many ways to do this, but I'm just sharing the way that we're doing everything with you guys to let you know that, like, if I'm able to understand and do this and feel confident about it, like, you guys can too. Tomorrow is gonna be a day. We have almost every day planned. It's pretty organized and well thought out, so I'm excited to have you guys along with us on the build again, and I will see you guys in the morning. Thank you for watching.